Benny! Benny! Hi, welcome to my tube. I'm Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like to do these little talks on the way I feel about things. And goddamn, holy hell! I don't know what's going on in your current situation, currency, present moment, but freaking people, dogs and moms around here are willful, just adamant, I don't want that. I want this. I don't want that. I'm gonna dig here. I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna dig. No, you're not. You know? It's that Leo energy, man. It's just getting everyone fired up. I'm fired up too. I just got fired up watching Don't Drink the Kool-Aid. They're on their their backup channel right now because they got grounded. They got some ding. So when they do that, they freaking start publishing stuff on their Don't Drink the Kool-Aid too. So go, you know, they're not gone. They're just on a different place right now because they got in trouble. They didn't follow the rules. Well, who can keep track of what all the stupid rules are? So I just got fired up because I watched that, right? And I'm all feeling all, collective unity, consciousness. Yeah, there's enough for everybody. And then this jerk face flies over my house. I'll put it up on Instagram maybe. That, in case if you don't recognize that, I live really close to an airfield where the Guard, the National Guard, where they're really freaking hot dudes. Just kidding. That's a total lie. Where they will all really actually let themselves go and their readiness is shit. So let's hope there's not an invasion from another country, because we're fucked if they're the ones protecting us. They're so done and overdone and just... And this is why it pisses me off. So what that is, it's a Boeing AH-64 Apache, best I can tell. That's what I thought. That was my first call, and then I looked it up. And these things unit cost. So for one of those in 2007, they were $20 million. Now understand, they have those for our own protection. It has nothing to do with the Bros Club flying around to get a good view swinging their dicks, absorbing taxpayers' money. It has nothing to do with that. It's all to keep us safe from... We're all waiting to find out still. So that was in 2007. In 2010, they were 33 million. So in 3 years, that's why their military budgets, we pay for their egos. We pay for their Viagra. We pay for the circle of greed because they are sad and lonely and are mad because they haven't seen their wiener in 20 plus years. That's what we're paying for. Okay, then fast forward to 2014. A unit cost for those, $35.5 million for one helicopter. For one selective group of people to get to fly around at their convenience, not really doing much of anything, just checking stuff out for our own protection, sucking up that exorbitant amount of costs. And then they stopped. That was 6 years ago. Then it's like, oh God, we inflated the prices so much now, we can't even put that in public, See, and that's the thing, is I was stationed off at Air Force Base. There's a Lockheed and Martin right there, and there's a Raytheon right there, and it's just that, I don't make it in the Bros Club because I'm a person of integrity too, and there's no place for integrity in the Bros Club. Kitty kitty. So now I just talk about all the shit that I see in the Bros Club. And there's a lot of shit in the Bros Club. See, because we just have been force-fed this storyline of how to act and how to be a good person. And you have to do this and look like this and act like this and wear this and smell like this and buy this and have your kids wear this and go to this school and do this. And then people will like you. And there's no spirit in that. There is no place for spirit. That is all egocentric thinking. And we are spiritual beings. And now people are coming into the realization that, oh shit, that one day I am gonna die. See, I did my destructive, I did my self-destruction phase early on and got it all. And, and a lot of people just do what they're told, but everybody's going through a midlife crisis right now because it's a spiritual experiences. That's what's happening. And it don't matter how old you are. It don't matter if you're a kid. It don't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 80s, 90s, all the, it don't matter. Don't matter how old your soul is. It doesn't know how. We're all going on a ride right now. A spiritual ride. All of us. Benny, he's still going at it. He's feeling awful cantankerous today. There's a big proponent. Everybody is having... So I was telling Mom today, I'm like, you know what mental health issues are? You know what a mental health issue is? In the shell of a nut, all a mental health issue is somebody that got hurt at some time, at some point in their life, during their life, and it never got healed. And it's like a painful sliver that is deep below the surface, but it has to get out for you to heal. Well, everybody has that wreckage from their past. Secret. That's why I tell everyone my shit here. I talk about when I'm an asshole, because I'm an asshole every day. It's why I meditate. I got to meditate about an hour and a half today. I disconnect from everything, plug into source. It ain't all about me. This is all some bullshit. Everybody else is just figuring it out. They're just going to be really mad about some shit for the next 3 weeks, and there's going to be a lot of carnage. I started talking about this stuff that I've seen in the pictures in the news. See, I see pictures in my mind, and then I try not to grab on the pictures, because when you grab on a picture, that can make it a reality. And I don't want to make any reality like that. But the thing of it is I was talked about a couple years ago. See, there's a trajectory, there's a way this nation was supposed to be. Because there were people that lived here that migrated all the way down to South America, Central America, up through Canada. Because now they're figuring out the Earth has been around for millions of years. Hundreds of millions of years. Because they're finding organisms and shit. So people have always done that, And then the Earth flips and then the land changes because egos get out of control. So they're like, nope, they're fucking it up. Start over again. And that's what happened with Atlantis. And then when that stuff settled, my ancestors ended up in the middle of America. And from like the 1500s or some shit. But I don't get running water still today. See, I'm still fighting the same freaking water. I'm Native American. It's kind of funny. I'm still having a water fight in the middle of the city with the bureaucrats and stuff. It's kind of funny because it's so so fucking overly done stereotypical. So there's a way that Turtle Island was supposed to be. Had the colonists come over and said, "Wow, your ways are really cool. Let's work together." But they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all. And now, and they went the ego way, and they took and they controlled and they raped and they pillaged and they scalped and they did all this nasty stuff to take spirit, take essence from beings, control, dominance, all that stuff. And then as years went on, look at all the stuff they can't do no more. Freaking good riddance, pro sports. I always fucking hated you guys anyway. All that money purging into stadiums and then changing your logos, and then every year they change their logo, so they spend millions on and I've done videos on their exorbitant paychecks too, because to feed the ego, all that narcissistic stuff. Well, see, when there's no spirit in things, spirit gets offended. Spirit's like, where's my place in all this? So spirit starts freaking tapping into your DNA. Start saying, hey, remember when you were true and truthful, and you spoke and you stuck up for people when someone was being a jerk to someone, and remember you just you weren't supposed to be mean to people, and remember you keep your hands to yourself unless you have permission, and remember that we're all connected. And there's this big old huge system that was created to create just to separate, so people don't remember that we're all connected. No, don't let them figure out that they're all the same. That they're just a shade on a color wheel, and that they're all. Don't tell them that. Let them know that there's classes, and that there's privilege in classes, and that if you, like, and give them video games, and let them know that there's hierarchy and levels, and plant those seeds, and let them know that there are people that are better than other people, and let them know all this bullshit, and Spirit's waking up and say, no, 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 no. We could have heaven on earth, but the egos have to have 35 million units. And it's all falling down. The gig is up. The gig is up. They were supposed to be trusted service, and they wasted. And they squandered. So now, all these all mental health issues are hurts that get neglected. But people can learn how to heal their own hurts. They can. I've done it. I've done it. People like to say, you're so mad. And I'm like, yeah, I get mad about stuff. I flash. I feel the emotion. Sometimes I erupt and explode. And then I let it go. And then it ain't nothing. And people are like, weren't you just really pissed? I'm like, yeah, but it's gone. I don't stay pissed. That's the stuff that freaking puts harm on your kidneys, and liver, and makes you feel bad, and then you want to go and eat your feelings. Puts pressure on your joints and your bones. See, I'm squishy. I got all kinds of ooze. I'm working on it, but, I eat my feelings sometimes, because it's easier than getting a bottle and drinking, and then and then my spirit goes, and then I just do things that are evil. Wicked is a better word, not evil, because evil is evil is what's coming out, is all the freaking evil is what people are going to be. This next it's Wednesday, this whole next week is just gonna be insane, man. Saturday. So what I was talking about is about how Turtle Island was supposed to be, and then they created the industrial military complex, and letting me in there is kind of where they should have been nicer to me. See, I was at Offutt. That's how I'm pretty good at recognizing planes and helicopters and stuff. I was stationed at Offutt. Offutt is a very high-profile base. Go look it up yourself and ask them. They'll all tell you. And every year they keep like building Stratcom and moving Stratcom around. I think this time it's like 1.3 billion for the facilities. But I was in maintenance. I was flight line support, and still now you still can't get parts. You can't get like oil filters for the equipment to maintain the mission that they're supposed to do. But they keep painting the planes. They keep doing the cover up. They keep like bells and whistles, pony show, pony show, pony show. I remember when I was a little poor girl, we could never even afford to go to the air show to watch the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds and shit like that. But sure as shit, I ended up at Offutt, and then I was bringing these they're meatheads, man. I'm like, I asked them, and they do, because that was the cool part about being at Offutt, because they start flying in like Thursday and Friday. The big plane, and then I get to fly around and have my own little air show and look at stuff without all the hundreds and hundreds of people in the crowd. They had B-1 bombers and B-2. I've been up close and personal to a lot of very expensive craft, because they have to pay to stroke their egos. Because only a certain now, if everybody could fly that shit, that would be one thing. If everybody had the opportunity, but no, it's just I could do it. I know plenty of other people that could do it too, but they don't get to, because it's a club. And anyway, so, and I would watch I remember one year the Thunderbirds came, and, it was always such a hassle, because they had to make us do some freaking bullshit, and it's always in the middle of the summer, so it's hot, and there's thousands of people that come from Omaha and all around it, ooh, ah, corn-fed, just like, just dreams lost in the heartland of America. Health is gonna make a comeback, thank goodness. We'll just say that. So I remember they were doing their it's all rituals. They have their little things that they do before they load onto the aircraft. their little whatever, you know. It's all for show because they get paid like I think it's like $70,000 for 2 air shows and shit like that. So it's all for show, and even though we couldn't get parts and shit like that, like people couldn't get stuff that they needed. So that ain't nothing devilly. That's something that friends of Bill W would know about. That ain't no. Ooh, that's what that is. So if you want to know about what that is, that's mind, body, and spirit as I interpret it. Unity, service, and something or other. I always forget the third one. Anyway, and they always and so they do their little, because there's however many planes. So, and then they have a ground person for each plane, and then they're doing their ground marshaling thing, and then they're taxiing them out and stuff, and they're all doing it at the same time. And I was like, I wonder if they freaking like all get up at the same morning, and they're all in their own little houses, respectfully brushing their teeth at the same time, taking a shit. You know, I mean, are they that synchronized? You know, sometimes you wonder because people are so programmed. They're not going to deal with the programming falling down, and I hope people don't have too many heroes. I try not to have too many heroes because there's always shadow in people, and people always do plot twist on you, so you never know who's gonna act like how. You know, that's why I meditate, don't drink, and don't do all this. Because sometimes I do things and say things that I surprise myself, and I don't want that karma falling back on me. There's gonna be a lot of discrediting people right now. I'm seeing it. A lot of people they're trying to discredit the doctor. They're trying to discredit just like, oh yeah, you know, and it's just like they're like, oh, she believes that something about alien DNA. I'm like, are you the same government that asked that for an exorbitant amount of funds to start this space fucking whatever branch of the military? And you making fun of something about alien DNA? Come on, Danny. Let's go. That's it. Done. Calling it. Calling it. Calling it. Day is going inside, whatever time it is. You can't just hold it your own up and have it one side. You can feel it. Come on. Go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Pop Danny. I got dead air right now. It's rude. It's rude. So they're really going to start discrediting people. A lot. But it's funny. But notice the people that are discrediting. And understand that it's Psych 101, that when people are calling people out for crap, it's stuff that they do. Oh. It's so basic, but it's such predictable behavior once you start recognizing it. And it's kind of a fun game to play. Which fallacy are they doing? I get a lot of ad hominems fallacies. Somebody said today, you ate, what did it say? You ate an idiot. I think it was a typo. I think they were supposed to say, you are an idiot. But it did what it says, you ate an idiot. And I was like, actually, I ain't into that eating people thing. I'm into people that don't eat people. So no, that's not accurate, you know. Hide from channel. What a freaking idiot, you know. And then because they got mad at my talk about the freaking heifer city planners that just suck on the dick. I mean, tit of society, you know. Going around being nice to people that they like and then treating hardworking Americans, you know, that work hard. Just, you know, and that's another system that is going to fall. I mean, the guy at the taco truck, he was telling me about the history, you know, the history of people just bothering him, just making trouble, arresting him, and saying that he was like a ringleader for just making up shit. No evidence. They never called to follow up and back up. They just impose shit, put it in a report, call it truth, and then put you in the legal system. You know? And lucky he had a boss that helped him, you know, pay $10,000 in legal fees to, you know, and that's the thing, is that's why it's created, so lawyers can get $10,000 in legal fees to freaking get people out of trouble that they didn't get into. The peace dealer got a DUI for a car he didn't drive. At least the trouble I did, I mean, a lot of the trouble I did I got into, but I talk about everything, single thing I ever do. And that's the thing, is I believe in karma, and I don't, spite is one of the worst things that you can do. Getting back at somebody for something, just let that stuff go. Let it go. Do not give people a reason. You know, because people want to be right about you. They want to think the worst about you, and they expect the worst about you. So they do, and because they're not very good people themselves, and they know it. So they're like, well, if I poke you as the bear in you and I get you riled up, then I'm proving that I'm a better person than you, but you're creating to the chaos. You're adding to it. People have been trying to discredit me my whole life. It's like, keep trying. Whatever. I'm an empath. I can freaking tell them about themselves, and then I dial into shit that is private and personal, and then they're like, oh, fuck. I should probably leave her alone. Yeah, you probably should back down and leave me alone. Happens all the time. Funny story, on my Instagram, on my Instagram thing, a couple days ago, Monday, it was just Monday, that's when I went to the store. I took a picture of a couple bros sitting in a couple of City of Salem owned vehicles at, 2 hours after their shift starts, sitting under a shade tree, talking bro shit. Who knows? Maybe it was a circle jerk I walked up on, who knows? But took a picture, put it on Instagram. The second guy waved at me. I was like, yeah, wave. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on Instagram. And I even put a hashtag with their car number, because they have call numbers on their cars like airplanes. So you can, call and say, hey, this guy did a good job, or this guy's a fucking a drain on society. So I was coming back. I wanted to get Mama a A&W root beer float from Stanton, about 12 miles east of here, and drove out there, and it was lunchtime and it was not appropriate and hot, so I just basically did a 22-mile round trip just to get out of the house a little bit. It was a nice day. And I was coming back from that, and I got another picture on the big camera, and I'll put, this is a different parking lot. And I scrolled in, and it's the same fucking car that I got on Monday. It's the same call number. Dude's just chilling. I got nothing but time. City of Salem, nothing but time. Wasted, and I haven't had running water in 3 years. That's why I get pissed off. That's why I get mad. Because if they don't like you, you don't get shit in life. If you aren't liked, and if you're ugly, you're fucked. That's the reality of the situation. I think maybe a lot of people, if you get into that racy, nasty, seedy realm of chasing sensations, most people don't care what you look like. Ooh, there's just a 5'8". I just said when I was letting Benny in, because he was off down at the Japan region, only 9 meters deep. I wonder if there's going to be a tsunami warning. That's shallow. That might be why Benny's worked up. That's a 5.8. That was 14 minutes ago. This is what I do all day, is I just pick up news and data, and then I just freaking make notes. So, back when this was Turtle Island, and when people were were a lot more kind and loving and direct, there's a crazy nut in each basket. The reality of it is mostly people are good. And when people aren't good, that's just because they got a hurt that never got fixed. But if you help people heal their hurts, I just want cops to freaking meditate and get fit. Just care about yourself enough. Because I want everybody. It's not just a cop thing. It's a human thing. I want everybody just to get fit and relieve the burden of yourself. So when you relieve the burden of yourself, you're less inclined to put that on other people in a freaking angry and aggressive manner. It's gonna be I watched the Astrology Hub, and they have like a word of the week, and I do that. I have like a trending word, like keywords that I see often, common denominators, and one I keep seeing is volatile. So I'm staying close to home, and mom's freaking willful today too. Nothing is satisfying her, so I'm just leaving her in that, and she'll be fine. It'll be a different day tomorrow, or it won't. And we'll just give her peace and space then. Um, so when they created the industrial military complex, then they started going over to other countries. First one that is significant to me was Vietnam, because that impacted my life. And then I knew people from Operation Desert Crap, and then I was personally involved with Operation Iraqi bullshit. And that's the one that I was. I did get to flip Baby Bush off on 9/11 out the hangar door at the Offutt aid shop as he taxied by on 9/11. Yeah, I got to do that. That's got to be worth $20 right there, huh? Right? Oh, and I've done some shit in my life. I ain't a freaking joke, even though I'm a clown. So when we started doing that, you see, we started racking up karma from doing that. You know, you don't just get to do that and then tell people, set up, because it messes our people up. It messed a lot of people up. And it didn't just mess the people up that were there, but then it messed up the families of the people that had to watch their loved one dissolve into a fragmented mire of psychology. Go! Underlay, on my nose! See, and Benny's playing and I'm not playing. And that's the kind of stuff is where people are going to clash this weekend. He's like, okay, I want to make an appearance. She's doing a video. You know, he's like in his loop. And that's what energy's about, man. That's what energy's about. People don't have constructive places to put their frustrations. And they're going to start, and this weekend is going to be gnarly because people are going to freaking put their frustrations around people. It's going to get, because it's their DNA is waking up. So it doesn't matter if you were there, and you know, we're getting the karma from all the carnage we've created in the last 500 years. And it's happening in a very astrological way. The story is being untold in astrology. It's being built up because people have a choice to live in spirit or ego. And for the last 500 years, people have been choosing ego most every fucking time. And this is the world we get when ego wins and money matters and swinging dicks and chasing sensations and all that shit. It ain't okay. Nobody is consenting for the powers that be in this world to allow that behavior to happen. And it started ending a while ago, but man, I saw on freaking Don't Drink the Kool-Aid's talk today about about a freaking dude in his like 70s, just freaking straight up clocked a kid, freaking laid him out. The kid's like, I'm gonna fuck you up, old man. Guy's like, I'm gonna hurt you. All right, let's do it. Haven't ever really done this, but let's see how it goes. There's always got to be a first, right? I work out a lot, so you got to learn how to keep the peace, or else you're gonna raise hell. It's all right, baby. I'm just talking. Talk. Alright, I gotta wrap it up anyway soon. So, yeah, shit's getting wild. So, for us going over to there and doing things that we've done, think about how in that 500 years, nobody's from a different foreign land that they said that we're giving them all this money to protect them. It's never been Red Dawn. Another, China, nobody, God forbid, it doesn't ever happen. China, Russia, nobody's ever flown over and bombed San Francisco and things like that. Thank God. However, we felt free to do that in other countries for so long that there's karma for that. So not that isn't necessarily going to happen. That's not how it works. That, you know, we're not going to get invaded by Russia or China or anything like that. But look at your cities. Look at the main cities that people love to go visit and spend money at, just gazillions. I'm going to go to Portland. I'm going to Minneapolis. I've been to, going spending just to go to these places, and now they all look like war zones. That's how karma works. So it doesn't necessarily have to come back to people, but look at all the people that profited from it. Because that's what all the police is. Police are freaking all military members, and security, all those security, they're just military members, leftovers, that still want to go and freaking impose and threats that other people pay for. Because if you tell people to be scared of shit, they're going to pay a lot of money to help you keep you safe. And I try and teach people, just read energy. Don't fucking hang out with dumb assholes. And, there's plenty of, you don't really have to worry about security. You don't break the law. Don't get arrested. Well, that's not necessarily true. That isn't necessarily true. What you doing, Benno? So I think that's about all I got for now. I've been running my mouth for about 31 minutes. Yeah, I detox a lot. I eat a lot of herbs. I eat my can of cookies. That helps me so much, That helps my mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, contractor made $20,000 for nothing. Had an excursion on 24-inch rims. It's all that shit. Like, I see these fucking bros with their contracting bullshit, You're paying for their egos. I see BLM, BML, whatever. You're paying for their egos. It never goes to the people. I haven't had running water in 3 years. I don't even have my disability percentage that I deserve because I've fallen through the cracks. And I can't get a hold of people to help me. And yes, I've tried. Because people just look at me and, you got it bad, I don't need help. They just always have. Just trying to take care of my mom. You think people would want to freaking help, and when I'm like, I was thinking about that today. I'm like, I'm throwing out in the universe, in the next 30 days, I need 10 grand. And I'm like, dude, I don't even look at money as, I give money away, but when people give me money, I pay it back. I pay back my debts. Not to freaking not into institution. They just pass my bill around and threaten people. They just pass your bill around. I don't have air conditioning in my house, and I haven't had running water in 3 years, but yeah, I'm going to make it a priority to make sure that, a cable company freaking that makes gazillions of dollars gets their $240. Creighton, the place I work for, I bought my last car, the car that got repoed through them. The car, I only owed $1,600 on it. And they put a lien on my credit. So now I got to pay $2,000 to some bullshit court in Douglas County, fucking Nebraska, because they all suck dick, to just release my credit so I can buy a house for me and my fucking mom. And that doesn't even include the down payment, because I can't use the VA. Because all the gazillionaires get bailouts, more money, here, more money, so you can buy more cars and resurface your parking lots and all that shit. But but I had an 830 credit score before I moved to this fucking state. Now it's like, well, maybe I can do a couple things. You need a 620. You're about 8 points away. So I'm like, maybe I can. It's always how it is. Maybe I'll get a fucking break in life. Probably not, because people don't really like to fucking help me out much. They just like to watch and say, well, let's see what she does. Like I'm a fucking science project. And they do it to everybody. And I know this because my brother is a fucking asshole lawyer. One of those that's ruining California. That's just doing his job, and I just doing the best I can. And blah, 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 as his own mother and sister live in these conditions. The truth always comes out. He's a lawyer. I'm wondering why people aren't calling him and be like, man, why are you such a jerk to your mom and brother, man? Why don't you care? Are you trying to teach her a lesson? Has she learned it yet? Oh, he's mad at me because I called him a fucking piece of shit. Because he doesn't respect my boundaries. Because narcissists don't respect your boundaries. They know how to push your buttons. And this was this was last year, and I told him. He started bringing up a topic I was not willing to discuss, and I politely said so. And then he brought it up anyway. Said, "You haven't worked in 2 years." And when he said that, every time I go down in the creek, whether it's 35 degrees in the winter, it don't matter, or the water's high in the fall, I'm getting water out of a freaking jug, 1.5 gallon jug, that, water dispenser. I cut the lid off, made a little bucket out of it. That's why I get my toilet water, to dump it in the toilet, flush the toilet. This is what I've learned to get by in life. And then I get drinking water from a fountain. But everybody loves veterans and cares about old women that had strokes and disabled women, and it's all shit. It's all shit. And that's what people are figuring out. I don't even feel bad about it. Why do I feel this weekend? Because of the astrology and the full moon on Monday. The energy is that potent and that strong. And people's psychology is they don't do the work. They don't do the work. They're doing all their trendy spiritual shit, but they're not doing the work just to be peaceful and calm. And everywhere, and they're gonna find calamity out. It's life lessons. It's you don't do the work, man. You fail, and then when people fail, they feel bad about it. It's on them. I don't feel bad about it. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Yeah, full moon weekend. Here we go. I'm staying in, man. It's gonna be hot in places. So all that shit, so we don't necessarily get the war zone, like I might have thought when I was a kid when I watched Roseanne, or not, Red Dawn, when I was really scared about what if that really happened, but people, fuck, America shit on itself. Little whiny brats freaking ruining your own cities because you mad about stuff. Go meditate. It's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.